What's up, guys? I wanted to start this video with a question. Why are so many people selling things at a loss? We are about 2 weeks, a week and a half away from the new Star Wars Unlimited Legends of the Force release, and the price on TCG Player is around 487 for a case, which is 6 booster boxes. Now, I have a few friends in distribution. I've asked them how much a distributor get a case for, and they get it for around like 430. You might be able to get it like if you're buying a huge amount, might be able to get it for a little bit less, but in general, right around like the 420 to 430 price point. So if you are selling a case for 487, TCG Player is going to take a 10% cut. It's at least 10 bucks to ship. You have call it $50 in costs. What is going on here? This is like the pre-sale is all there is with cards, right? Like the pre-sale is supposed to be when prices are the highest. And right now you have people selling at a loss. And I mean, I even found an eBay listing here that's even lower. Flipside Gaming, this is 445. So maybe they got this huge store, right? So that maybe they got it at a little bit less than that 425 mark. So maybe they got it at like 410 or 400. But they're still selling this at close to a loss. And I don't really understand why companies are doing this. Why sell your own stuff in the pre-sale? Like, why are we in this race to the bottom mindset? I'm not one to sit here and say like prices need to be high because that's good for the game. I think player accessibility is important, but I also think that like what's the point of all of this? Like the Carbonite edition, I've seen these selling on Facebook Marketplace for a case for like $1,000, which is definitely also taking a loss. And I think it's sort of a commentary on where Star Wars Unlimited is at as a game right now, where there's not really a certainty of what the market is and who those people are. Is it players? Is it collectors that are trying to get these Carbonite editions? I think a bunch of people with set four, which was the first set that had the Carbonite editions, people bought these as sort of like investment pieces, the way you buy Magic collector boxes. And let's just say, like, I don't think those are great collector pieces. I think that like Star Wars Unlimited is not Magic, and I think that's one thing we're all kind of like struggling with. If you play this game, you're like, oh, this is like in the same leagues of like these other big IPs, Pokemon, Magic, but it's not. Like it is like a tier below it. And I say this as someone who really enjoys and loves the game, but you cannot expect the value of these cards to hold up the same way you can with Magic or Pokemon. And I think our brains have been warped a little bit by this mentality in Pokemon of like, oh, everything goes up, prices only go up. So, what does this mean for the broader market? Well, one, I think if you have set after set, so starting with like set three, the real precipitous drop in this game, like after the pre-release, like set three, I think a case, which is 6 booster boxes, I think is like 300 bucks, 315 bucks or something. It is like dirt cheap, right? To get a case of this of many of these sets. Let's actually see. We can check what a case of Spark, not wrong one, Twilight of the Republic is. It's just like a race to the bottom with the cost of all this stuff. And where does that kind of like lead? Oh my God, $282. It's like 6 times 24. It's like basically $2 a pack. That's great for accessibility for people, but uh, there's a bunch of stores that are just like losing like $100 a case on this. And they must just be trying to offload this stuff. And I just think like this for me, if I was a store, which I'm not a store, this is still doing okay, right? Because this is the short printed one. But like, if I was a store, why would I stock Star Wars Unlimited? Like, why do it? Jumped at the Carbonite boosters, right? Four of them are at like under 1,000 for set one. So why would you, or set four rather? So why would you buy this, seeing the trend? I think there's just generally like a price trajectory, like everyone's getting pushed down, and pre-sale should be when you can get the closest to MSRP possible. And this is the opposite for Star Wars Unlimited. I think this set looks cool. I have not sat and like digested it heavily, but I think Legends of the Force looks like a cool set. I think it looks fun. I don't really know if it deserves this like much below MSRP. I think MSRP for a box is like 140. So I think I don't know, like right now we're probably at like what are we at? You know, 75, 80 a box or something. That's like 50% of MSRP in the pre-release, right? Like that's pretty bad, guys. That's like not great. Maybe we're a little bit higher than that. Maybe we're at $90. But uh, if this stuff doesn't sell, if stores continue just to like not want to stock this, $83. Um, then like what is the incentive for local play, right? Ultimately, people buy things to collect or to play, but I think a lot like this game in particular, especially with this tiered pack system, right? You have something for collectors, you have something for players. And I'm all about like stuff being accessible to players. As a player myself, like I want singles to be cheap, but I also think that in this collecting iceberg, you have like the players and then you also have like the collectors that frankly float most of the market. And I'm also a collector of stuff, and I want the stuff that I buy to hold some value because it makes me feel foolish if it loses 70% of its value so quickly. I think this set, like, we're going to come back in 3 or 4 weeks after pre release, like late July, and it's going to be like 55, 65 a booster box. And I don't know what to do about that, right? And if I'm sitting here even thinking about buying it, unless I'm buying it for a pre-release or to play in my local store or something, why buy the sealed product when you just know it's going to be probably 20 to 30% less in 3 weeks? And then in 3 weeks, why buy it then? Because you know it's going to be, another 20 to 25% discount in 6 months. And so you kind of start getting into this psychological space of like, why buy anything ever? It's only all going down in value. Um, so, anyways, I think that I'm not trying to ring the alarm bell at Fantasy Flight's in trouble or anything. I just think that like this is like pretty surprising for a highly touted game, one that's people are excited about. Why is this happening with price? And also the booster case here is more than this is funny math, right? Because you can get a single box for 280 and a case is 1,300. So this is an issue with supply. Basically, a case is around $1,000, which is insanely cheap for what the product is, for what the product is hyped up to be. Obviously, $250 for a booster box is still a lot of money. All of this is still a lot of money, but I think that we're in this realm where people are selling it at a loss. People with huge, huge allocations that I think they thought that this set was going to sell better in the pre-sale, and there's just been a few big sellers like that Flipside Gaming on eBay that have really been pushing the price down. And there might be incentives that we don't really know about. Maybe they're trying to reach a certain threshold with sales on eBay, or maybe they're trying to establish a player base or trying to establish, their store in the broader marketplace. So it's worth selling something at a $6 loss to get a customer, right? Customer acquisition is really expensive for online platforms, and they want you to get their newsletter, and they want you to buy their magic stuff, and they want you to buy their supplies and blah blah blah. So maybe that's what this is all about. But if I'm a local game store right now and I just ordered 10 cases of this, I would be a little nervous, right? I would be a little nervous that that product is going to sell, and next time maybe I'll only order five. And I don't know. I'm not a local game store. It's my fake dream job, right? It's the job I dream about having, but I think it would actually make me miserable, like most things. But I think that this is going to mess with people's security in the market. People are not going to think like, oh, like I know I can buy this and it's not going to like completely go to zero. Like Magic, there are just staples you can buy and they might not go up and they might not go down, but they're just kind of like there. They have value, and Pokemon as well. And this game, I don't think it's one of them. Like, I wouldn't really buy any of the higher end showcase stuff because I think that like the value of all of these like showcases or serialized stuff, this is all going to go down, right? And part of this, like these prices are a reflection of low inventory numbers here. I think eBay is actually a better source of information for a lot of this than TCG Player. TCG Player has always been more Magic focused and kind of a little bit Pokemon, but interesting things happening. I'm going to do a bigger kind of state of the market in Star Wars Unlimited. I just want to jump in here why this is, basically already 30% discount from MSRP a week and a half before the game comes out. I'd love to hear your thoughts. By no means am I trying to price gatekeep. I'm mostly just trying to provide information and kind of give you some feedback and thoughts here. So thanks for hanging out. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will catch you guys later.